Welcome to Short Times. Today we are going to quickly watch the 2020 movie Kannum Kollaiyadithaal. Kannum Kollaiyadithaal is a romantic and action movie written and directed by Desing Periasamy. The movie is about two wily online scammers mend their fraudulent ways after meeting the girls of their dreams, until a deceitful discovery throws their world for a loop. So let's get started. Two young people named Siddharth and Kollaiyadithaal reside alone and without a family in Chennai. They are depicted as remote working techies. Siddharth develops feelings for Meera, a door-to-door beautician. She accepts his proposal after hearing it. Shreya, the chef friend of Meera, is Kailas's favorite woman. Shreya is discovered to have been sent away to care for herself, since her family is having problems with loan sharks in her hometown, while Meera is shown to have been an orphan raised in an orphanage. The boys quickly realize they are out of money after spending it. At this point, it becomes clear that they are scammers who utilize internet shopping fraud to make a living. Later, the explosion of his daughter's laptop stimulates a police officer, Pratap Chakravarthi, to look into their product. He understands that con artists buy electronic goods from online stores, using addresses of abandoned homes and public Wi-Fi, and send them back or resell them online by replacing the product's original internal components with old duplicate ones. As police officer Pratap searches for the criminals, meanwhile Siddharth actually changes their strategy, and now the boys steal expensive items from fancy cars by creating a tool that breaches those vehicles' locking mechanisms. After some days, the boys attempt to sell a stolen laptop in the interim, but it belongs to Pratap's closest friends. Pratap nearly closes in on them. The boys manage to escape Pratap in some way. The next day, Meera calls Siddharth and tells him that his bag has been stolen. She cried even though only $50 were stolen. It's hard-earned money. Siddharth feels guilty. The boys made the decision to make things right. The boys then make the decision to move to Goa with Meera and Shreya, and open a restaurant there using the money they had made from their scams. When Pratap finds the boys' address, the house has been abandoned. He quickly follows them to Goa. The investigation into the online scam involving electronic goods and the automobile thefts was being conducted by Pratap. Meanwhile, it is subsequently revealed, in fact, he had started pursuing Meera and Shreya, two scam artists even worse than Siddharth and Kailas. He explains to the boys that the girl's goal is to seduce guys and then steal their money. Using a unique necklace that had been taken from Meera's handbag, he had first recognized her as one of the scam artists. After discovering her connection to the men, he went to Siddharth and Kailas's former residence in Chennai and eventually tracked them to Goa. When Siddharth and Kailas discover that their money bag is missing, they're shocked to find that the girls they had truly loved had betrayed them. They take a hitch to Chennai with no money in their pockets, then slowly use their criminal skills to track down the girls. They discover that the girls are in Delhi, where Meera is working as a freelance room arrangement consultant as Ashita, and the boys confront them. The girls ask them to leave after they return the bag of cash because they were so shocked. But Siddharth suggests they work together and split the money they steal in the subsequent theft. They'll stick together if the girls start to like them during the process. If not, they'll split the spoils and go their separate ways. Additionally, it is revealed that Shreya's real name is Varsha, and that Meera's real name is Madhumitha. Both women were raised in the same orphanage as orphans and turned to scammers after growing tired of the deceit in society, particularly among males. Varsha and Madhu agreed with Siddharth's proposal. They choose to go for Suraj Mehta, a wealthy and elderly businessman who is in love with Madhu, as Ashita. While taking a meditation class in the gym, Varsha also befriends Suraj's wife. The gang gradually dismantles the security protocols in Suraj's automobile and home, using their technological brain. Using a voice recorder disguised as a bracelet and a spy camera hidden in Madhu's phone, they soon learn that Suraj is a drug billionaire with $1 million in his home. When the others decide to play safe by dropping the plan, Siddharth persuades them to stick with it and travel to another country after the heist to escape Suraj's vengeance. They want to use Suraj's Rolls-Royce to access his garage at home, then use a 3D printer to obtain his fingerprint to gain access to the locker room. Varsha and Suraj's wife will go shopping together, and Madhu will spend time with Suraj, according to Siddharth's plan. While the guys steal the money using Suraj's automobile, they plan to hijack Suraj's car while it is parked in the parking lot of the Hyatt Hotel and use it to enter Suraj's compound. knowing that they will not be seen as the car's windshield and windows are tinted. However, their plan changes when Suraj drives to his private guest house instead of the Hyatt Hotel, to the surprise of Madhu and the others. Shocked, the guys follow the car to a suburban area. Madhu is inside with Suraj, and the guys have only 1 hour to complete the heist, instead of the 2 that they had planned for. Kailash is informed by Siddharth that Suraj's automobile is smart and has a variety of hackable features. With the aid of Kailash, he launches an app that he had created and commands the car to leave the guest house on its own. They then drive to Suraj's home. Once there, they securely enter the garage, but discover that they must do it through the second security door in the garage. Once there, they safely enter the garage, but find that to do so, a pattern is needed on the second security door in the garage. The boys successfully access the garage when Siddharth instructs Madhu to determine Suraj's phone pattern. They enter the locker room, open the locker, and steal the money using the 3D printed fingerprint. The guys drive the car back to the guest house, while Madhu pretends to be sick and has a nosebleed, just in time for Suraj to hurry Madhu, who was seemingly unconscious, to the hospital. Madhu flees when Suraj enters to bring the doctor out. Siddharth informs the groups that they are traveling to Thailand via road, because it would be impossible to move the money out of the country through an airport without arousing suspicion. The groups then depart on their bikes, but when they come upon Pratap stopping cars at the hotel gate, Siddharth swiftly comes up with a strategy. The females admit that they are in love with the boys before the guys go to confuse Pratap. The males happily dash off and inform Pratap that the girls are driving away in a white car. Pratap assumes the girls are heading to the airport and follows a car they point out. Pratap believes they are traveling to the airport. He then assaults an airport security officer and breaches airport security to capture the females as the guys flee. Calling Madhu, Siddharth and Kailash inform the girls that they have all the money with them and that the bike's bags are empty, which the girls had. They claim that they are carrying out their revenge plan and that the police will arrive at their location shortly. The females are heartbroken and in shock, telling themselves that they deserved it for first betraying Siddharth and Kailash. Siddharth and Kailash, however, step out of the car when the police car approaches the hiding place and claim that they were joking and that the money actually belonged in the bags that the females were carrying. They state that because the girls didn't attempt to flee, but instead stayed in feeling they deserved it for betraying Siddharth and Kailash. They believe the girls have truly begun to love them and both couples decide to get married. The next day, the CBI is questioning Pratap in Chennai for violating airport security and for quitting a high-profile match-fixing case he was working on in Delhi, for which he was inspecting vehicles to pursue 2 small-time cheaters. It is made clear that Pratap was a victim of Madhu's frauds as well. He gave Madhu an expensive, unique necklace in a scene that was modeled after just a scene from the romantic movie Vinathandi Varuvia by Gautam Vasudev Menon. He had previously used this necklace to find her when her handbag was stolen. Pratap hangs his head low, ashamed to admit that he was also a victim, and it is claimed that he may be suspended for dropping his match-fixing charge. Back at Suraj's house, Suraj watches a CCTV footage of Siddharth and Kailash stealing the money, but their face is hidden. The men tricked the camera by wearing infrared flashlights on their headwear. Since it is unlawful money, Suraj cannot report it to the police. While they are camping on their way to Thailand, Madhyamita notices that Siddharth has her name tattooed on his forearm. She hesitantly admits that it is not a real name, but Siddharth tricked her by rubbing the ink off, revealing Varsha as Thanmasi. Madhyamita then asks Siddharth to guess her name, and the 4 of them quarrel. Finally, the movie had a pleasant conclusion.